Hello, everybody. Welcome to another Dhamma meeting where we will discuss the Buddhist practices of charity, morality, and meditation. Everyone who is interested is welcome to join. We shall start with our first participant, which is Felicia Chan from Malaysia.
Good evening, Ajahn. My practice is good. I can go into deeper peace from pain. Anumodana.
Okay, you can live
Ajahn,
with. Yes,
Ajahn, I have two questions tonight.
go ahead.
Number one, when I was very calm in jhana, I feel a pressure pushing me. Ajahn, may I know, is this pressure sankhara?
It's your desire, your defilement, want to push you out of jhana. So you have to start more, increase more mindfulness, recite Bhutto, or focus on your breath.
Number two, consciousness cannot be cut off. To end reincarnation, we must cut off sankhara. Am I correct?
No, you have to cut off defilement, your great hate and delusion. Sankhara just only the tool used by the defilement. Your cravings, your desire is the one that pushes your mind to go take a new birth.
Okay, Doctor. Thank you, Ajahn.
So stop all your cravings, all your greed. You want something that you don't need, then this is defilement. You want to go holiday, this is defilement. You want to buy a new pair of shoes when you don't need to, this is defilement.
Doctor. Thank you,
Okay.
Ajahn.
You should not look for anything for happiness. You should look only for peace of mind, for happiness. And peace of mind comes after you get rid of your defilements.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Next is Genso from Penang.
Ajahn, good evening. Happy to meet Ajahn again. Yeah. No question. Yeah.
Okay. Willie from Indonesia.
Good evening, Ajahn. Today I don't have any questions. Thank you, Ajahn.
Okay. Jati, what are you doing today?
Good evening, Ajahn. Today I would like to try to join the meeting on my own.
I see. You've grown up enough now.
Yes.
To do things your own.
Yes.
So, is your mother and your brother watching also?
Yes, he is watching. They are watching.
But they let you come in alone, huh?
Yes.
Okay. Do you have anything you would like to share with us?
I have one question. When I try to invite my friends to listen to Dhamma at the temple, they don't pay attention. Why do they don't want to go?
Because the defilement wants to play a game. They want to watch movie. And Dhamma is something they don't understand. They cannot appreciate yet because they don't know what they're supposed to get from Dhamma, listening.
Okay.
So for them, watching game, they can see the result right away. Watching movies, they can see the result right away. But listening to Dhamma talks, they don't know what they're going to get out of it. And it requires a lot of concentration for them, which is not something they have the ability to do.
Okay.
So once you invite them once, and if they don't want it, don't push it. Leave them alone. Dhamma is for somebody who can appreciate the benefit of Dhamma. If they don't appreciate the benefit or know the benefit of Dhamma, then no matter if you use an elephant to drag them to listen, they won't listen. to you, to Dhamma talk.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Can you recite the 32 parts in English?
I can't.
Okay, try next time.
Okay.
Hair of the head, hair of the body, nail, teeth, skin, flesh, sinew, bone, skeleton, and bone. Just go look in the internet for the English translation.
Okay.
Alright. Okay, is that all?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Thank you for Ajahn.
Okay, next, Alvin from Malaysia.
Good evening, Ajahn. Happy to see you. I've got no question at the moment. Thank you.
Okay, go to Rajat Ghosh from Delhi.
Good evening, Prajan.
How are you?
I'm very well.
You have any question?
Yes, I have two questions. The first is from the Bojjhanga Sutta. What exactly are Pitti and Passaddhi?
I think you have to look up the translation.
Yes, I have found translations. They say zest and tranquility, and some other places say rapture and
I think this is the quality you gain from jhana. When you practice jhana, you get rapture, you got piti, and equanimity eventually. But equanimity is already the first factor, right?
yes, upekha is one of the parts of the seven bojjhangas. So I'm
Yes.
just thinking, the other ones I quite clearly understand, but these two things I cannot find.
I think they are path to enlightenment, but part in a different angle, from a different angle. Instead of say Samma Samadhi, the Buddha say Ubekha. Dhamma Vichayo means contemplation or wisdom. So it's basically the Noble Eightfold Path in a different angle. That's all it is. I think maybe this is Piti Pasati, maybe be the result of having continuous mindfulness. When you have continuous mindfulness, your mind becomes calm, happy, in rapture. So it's a noble eightfold path in a different, from looking from a different angle. The Buddha just maybe decide not want to stick to just the one noble eightfold path. So he changed, like the five faculty, mental faculty of power. This is also another form of noble eightfold path. Sattva, Viriya, Sati, Samadhi, and Panya. Maybe not complete in itself. Sometimes we left out the Sila part. But all in all, everything that the Buddha taught us to practice is really considered to be the path, to be the Magga. Okay, what's the next question?
Second question is about parita chanting. Are there any benefits if we chant the paritas on our own?
Chanting is another way of developing mindfulness, restraining your mind from thinking aimlessly. When you do chanting, you cannot think about going on a holiday, going to a movie, or go see some friends, or do something. So this is one way of developing mindfulness, like a mantra, for instance. So some people find it easier for them to chant than to recite a mantra. So you can use different methods. to develop mindfulness, to restrain your thoughts, so that it will be easy when you meditate. When you meditate later on, your mind can become calm easily and not restless or agitated.
It's better to do the chanting before the meditation.
If you cannot focus on your breath, then maybe try chanting first. When I started, I recited the four foundation of mindfulness, Sutta. Took me about 40 minutes, I think. This calmed my mind down quite a bit. I wasn't able to look at the breath for long enough time. I didn't know anything about Buddha then. So I used the reciting of the four foundation of mindfulness in English. I didn't study Pali, so I didn't chant in Pali. It's also helped me to understand the four foundation of mindfulness, because it's in the language you can understand. So actually, chanting has two purposes. Really, if you know the meaning, you are developing wisdom or learning Dhamma from the Buddha. Secondly, it's a way of developing mindfulness. If you cannot yet watch your breath, then do some chanting first until you feel your mind is calm enough, focused enough to watch your breath. Then you stop chanting and then go listening, watch your breath instead. Okay.
Yes, Ajahn.
Is that all?
Yes.
Okay. By the way, are you Buddhist or not?
Well, I am following the teaching of the Buddha for many years,
Mhm.
and that is my Ekayana Maggo.
But your family is Hindu, right?
Yes, I was born in a Hindu family.
Okay. But there's no hard feeling if you follow the Buddha's teaching.
No, absolutely none.
Mhm. Actually, Hindu and the Buddhist teaching are quite similar concerning karma, good and bad karma, and the three realms of existence. Right?
Yes, and Hindus also think that Buddha is a part of Hinduism. So
Yeah, reincarnation of Deva, of Shiva or somebody. Right?
yes,
Mhm. But the Buddha was a Deva before he took his last birth. Right? He came from heaven. He was a Deva.
yes. Tushita Loka.
Yeah, the Sita Loka. But he found a way not to return, that's all. In Hindu, there's no teaching of stopping the mind from rebirth.
Yes, there is no concept of Nibbana
Mhm.
or Anicca or Anatta.
No concept of four foundation, four noble truths. I
No,
think the
sir.
Buddha was Hindu before he became enlightened.
Possibly. And he also studied with the masters who taught him the jhanas.
Mhm. And they all know how to get into jhana. That's about the highest thing they can do. But they just don't know how to stop the mind from being stressful when they're not in jhana. And that's what the Buddha wanted to. He wanted his mind to be peaceful, even when not in jhana. So eventually they found out that the cause of his stresses are his cravings. Okay.
Yes,
Anything else? Anything else?
No, Ajahn, thank you. This
Have
is
you been meditating also?
yes, I do meditate every day.
Okay. Yes, try to do it and make it a habit to do it. And try to find the reason why you're not advancing. Most likely because your mindfulness is not strong enough. If you want to practice, advance in your meditation, you need to do more mindfulness during your daily routine, daily activity. Try to recite mantra, Buddha, or try to keep watching your body movement. Don't let your mind think endlessly.
Yes, I've been doing the observing of the body movement, of the postures from the time I get up, ever since you told me to do that earlier.
You
And it
find
has
it
helped.
useful?
Yes, very much, very
Mm.
useful.
But you mustn't let your mind think at the same time. As soon as you know your mind is thinking, then it means you're not focusing on your body anymore. Or maybe you are focusing but not strong enough focus. Okay, good.
Thank you.
I'll go to Singapore, Kok Seng.
Good evening, Prajan. Yes, tonight I have two questions. One is about my meditation. I've been trying to keep my schedule for meditation for the morning, for the afternoon, and at times I'm able to maintain very long the full schedule of the meditation. At times I cannot. So I find that there is the consistencies it's not easy to maintain the consistency in my schedule. Then each time after I finish my meditation in the morning or afternoon, I will dedicate the merits. Now that I'm convinced that meditation helps, brings merits, and so I will dedicate the merits each time after I complete each meditation. Presently, even though I may not be able to achieve states of jhana during meditation, but I will still focus on the process of watching the mind and not so concerned about the results of whether I achieve jhana or not. As long as the mind is calm and I'm able to temporarily to suppress the defilements, so that I will not, so that I will refrain my mind from watching entertainment programs. So so is this way of understanding of practicing meditation the correct method?
Well, consistency in your practice is important. You have to do the practice, and whether you get the result or not, that's another story. But first you have to do the practice. And then if you're not getting the result, then it's probably because your mindfulness is not strong enough. So you might have to do mindfulness a lot during the time before your meditation and or after. Okay.
Then the second question this is regarding Katina celebration. I only comes to know about Katina during these few years when I come into contact with the Thai forest tradition. So just like to, so far I have not participated in any Katina celebration in Singapore, any of the temples here. So just like to check with Ajahn, what is the significance of Katina, and and whether what role should lay supporter, what should we do for Katina? Should we participate in it? So maybe Ajahn, you can shed some light on this.
Well, Katina is the offering of blood, so that monk can go make their own robes. Before Katina, during the time of the Buddha, there was no Katina. So monk has to go collect cloth or material from the cemetery, because during ancient time they don't bury or burn the body. They just wrap the body with cloth and then left it to rot in the cemetery. So after the body rotten, then the material, the cloth, was just anybody can take them for. And most of people who ordain during those times, they rely on this cloth to make their robe with. And as Buddhism became more popular, and there were more people ordaining as monks, they ran out of cloth. Yeah. So monks doesn't have enough robe. Sometimes they might be wearing the robe and then happen to be out in the open and caught in the rain, and they have no spare robe to change, because there was a group of monks who traveled from afar to come to pay respect to Buddha. Just before they got to the Buddha's place, they were caught in the rain, and their robes were all wet. And so they went to see the Buddha wearing wet robes. So the Buddha said the hardship of the monks for not having enough material to make robes with. So he then instructed the lay people that giving cloth to make robe for the monk is very beneficial, very meritorious, because there was not enough robe, there was not enough material, cloth to make robe with. People only gave food, and the rest the monk provided by themselves for themselves by collecting cloth from the cemetery for their robe, and they make their own medicine from using urine with some type of fruits. And shelter, they just make their own shelter by using branches and leaves to make shelter too. But they don't need the robe from the lay people in the beginning, because there was plenty of robe in the cemetery. But when Buddhism became more popular, more people become ordained, become more monks, they don't have enough material to make cloth for everyone. So that's why the reason why the Buddha was instructed the lay people, if you want to make a lot of beneficial act, meritorious act, give cloth to the monk. That's all. That's what it meant. But people misinterpreted that giving cloth, katina cloth, will get more merit than give ordinary cloth. But in fact, it's the same. You can give cloth outside of the katina, you get the same merit. If you give the same amount of material. But people misunderstand. They thought giving katina will give you more merit than normal.
Than the normal times of giving
cloth, robes,
Okay. Then what about but if on Katina Day, if only people were to give robes, then would that be an oversupply of robes for the Sangha?
That's right. So they, instead of giving robes, they just give one piece of robe, or maybe, and then they give money instead, so that monks can go buy cloth to make their own robes as they need, and also the money to repair the monastery, to maintain the monastery, to upkeep the monastery. So they consider it's a big event to make merit once in a year, because the Buddha allowed the offering of katina only once for every monastery. For each monastery, they can only have one event of katina. But they can offer robe and other times, but they cannot be called katina. That's all. They call papa. So it become a tradition to make a lot of offering, give a lot of money. So it becomes a big major event, and for someone who can afford to be the sponsor, means he has to be quite well off. So sometimes people want to show their wealth by being the major sponsor of a katina.
Oh, I see.
And then they look at the amount of money that he offered. Like I think there's one monastery at Wat Ajahn in Thailand. I think people offer 32 million baht.
The main sponsor,
The main sponsor, and also those who want to join, they are welcome to join. But you don't want to lose face if you only offer very minimal amount of money. If you become if you're the major sponsor, so you want them to put in quite a chunk of money to show your wealth, your ability to be the sponsor.
So for ordinary lay supporters like myself,
You can join. Sometimes they don't have one major sponsor, they have a communal sponsor. Many people join together to be co-sponsors.
okay.
Even if there's a major sponsor, you can also join. You can also contribute your donation. No one stop you from joining.
So the merits, whether, for example, whether we make any donations or any danas on Katina Day or any other day, is actually the same.
The same depends on the amount that you give. If you give more on other day than Katina, you get more merit than on the day you give to Katina. Okay.
Okay, yeah, thank you, Prajahn.
Okay, next, Abalachita from Dubai. Is it cold or hot in Dubai now? Cold? Half and half. Cannot hear your voice. I'm sorry. Something wrong. You have to unplug your earphone or something. Speak, cannot hear. Maybe something wrong when you come in. Did you unplug your earphone?
Yes, I did.
Okay, now I can hear you now.
Yes. Okay, great. No, that's not cold. It never gets cold here, but it's been raining. I think it's cloud seeding, not real rain. So it's become a little cooler than like however hot it gets here.
But at night it gets cooler also every night, or not all the time.
Not all the time. Maybe a little bit in December, but now it's just pleasant, very pleasant.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Good.
Yes.
You have any question?
No, I don't have any questions. I've been trying to also, as you said, I drive around a lot, so stuck in traffic, I try to mentally chant a little bit, like Buddho, Dhammo, Sangho. It does calm this whole
Calm your
system.
mind. Calm your desire to go places as quickly as possible.
Yes, I have to stop working then.
Yeah.
But
feel restless. You feel restless.
No, what I mean is when I'm going in traffic and because I have to go places, then if I chant a little, I feel a bit calmer. It feels nice.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Christine from Penang.
Good evening, Tanajan. Just now I heard that Tanajan said, Papa. Is there any difference between Papa and Katina?
The material is the same, but Katina is a special occasion that the Buddha instructed the lay people to at least once a year give robes to the monk in a more more worthwhile, because you have to give for to every monk in the monastery. With Papa, you can choose whether if you don't have much money, you might just give one set of robe instead of give every monk. But with Katina, normally it's expected that you should be provided enough material to make clothes for all the monks, because this is once in a year event in which monk can replace their old robes. If the old robes became old and not.
So Papa can do anytime, is it?
Anytime, any day and anywhere. Yeah. But with Katina, every monastery can only receive once.
Okay. Then my understanding is as per Ajahn. And next week I'm going back to temple home again. 5 days.
Okay, good. Keep going back more. That's where you belong. If you want peace and happiness, that's where you should go.
Yes. Very happy, peaceful.
Outside of the monastery, it's very, very hot. Okay. If you want to cool down, you go to the monastery.
Yes. It's a heaven.
Okay.
And Ajahn Peng is going to the temple. I want to go. They are going to build a Sima Hall there. So next Thursday. So happy.
Ajahn King is coming to your temple?
Yes.
Okay.
That's all for tonight. Thank you, Tanajan.
Okay. Gary from Singapore. Yes.
Happy to be listening in. Can you hear me?
Just listening in. Okay.
Yeah.
Go to Claudia in Switzerland now. What's the name of the town you're living in now? Basel, right? Basel.
Yes. Yeah. We live in Basel now since about 3 weeks.
I see.
And
you enjoy your new home?
Yes, very much. Very quiet. And finally, I can continue with the translation of Beyond Birth. I had to do a break for about 4 months. Now I have much more time for translating and meditating, and also walking meditation, sometimes in a beautiful and quiet park. So I feel so content and so happy that we decided to leave Germany and to live here.
Okay. The place where you were born might not always be suitable for you.
Yeah.
Everybody seems to leave their hometown and go live somewhere else.
Yeah. So I feel a heart-to-heart connection to my hometown, because I had a very, very good social circle. But I do not regret that I left it.
Okay. Do you have any question tonight?
No questions today. Thank you, Tanata.
Okay. I'll go to Peru, to Celia. Celia, you've been away for a few weeks.
Yes. Okay. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah. Nice to see you again, Prajan. Yes, actually, in these last weeks, or actually months, and that's what my question is about. My meditation and my mindfulness has been a little bit down the hill. So I decided to go back to the basics. I think some sessions ago you said to mindfulness 101, and really I think that's what I needed, not to reset a little bit all my practice. So I've been taking a lot of care in mindfulness during the day. So every time that a thought comes, I start reciting Buddham Saranam Gacchami, Dhammam Saranam Gacchami. So this is as soon as a thought comes, no? Or I come back to the body or to whatever I'm doing at that moment. So far, so good. But I do have some questions. And I'm sorry if maybe you have answered these questions like 100 times before, but I just want to make sure, just in case.
No problem.
Okay. So I remember that you have said many times, just don't think, no, don't think. And that has been very helpful for me to remember during the day. But I have this question, what happens if during the day I suddenly, or when I'm meditating, I remember a teaching of the Buddha and I start thinking or reflecting, yes, this is true because when this happened to me, also the consequences were bad. So I start reflecting on the teaching. Can that consider also to be a thought and I should just go back to my mantra? Or I can still go and reflect a little bit more on that?
Well, here is the dilemma. See, thinking about Dhamma is good thinking, but at the wrong time. Right now, you want to learn how to stop thinking. So even good thinking, you don't want it to think either. You should think about good thinking only after you have mastered your ability to stop your thinking at any time. Be able to bring your mind to jhana. Once you can do that, then when you come out, you can choose whether you want to stop thinking or you can choose to think about the Dhamma teaching.
So by now...
That's contemplating on wisdom.
So I didn't get it. Sorry. So by now,
now you're still on 101 mindfulness.
Yes.
So don't go to contemplation of wisdom. That's 101. That's the next subject.
Okay. So I just control my thoughts. I don't let my thoughts go. Only concentrate on that. Okay, good.
Mindfulness 101 is the main prerequisite for other practices. So you have to have 101 mindfulness first. When you have enough mindfulness and when you meditate, you can get your mind to become calm right away, 5 minutes or 10 minutes. And you can stay in there for a long time. And after that, if you want to, when you come out, you can choose whether you want to continue with more mindfulness because you might feel that your meditation is still not good enough. Then you continue on with mindfulness. But you feel that you have enough mindfulness, enough equanimity of samadhi, then you can go on and contemplate on Dhamma. Contemplate on the Four Noble Truths, on the 3 characteristics of existence.
Okay, good, thank you. That's helpful. And I have another question. Sometimes I think about something, I remember something, like I remember what somebody said, and it was something that I don't think it was good. So I start judging and I can see that, oh my God, I start judging. So I want to go back to the mantra, no? But before that, is it possible for me to first change to a wholesome thought? Like, for example, if it was a person who said something unwholesome, then I try to, or something I didn't like, can I go back and remember the good qualities of the person and then go back to my mantra?
That's thinking also. But if you find
that's thinking.
But if you find it's useful so that the next time you won't criticize anymore, then you can also use that. But I still think that you should go back to the mantra first.
So I go back to the mantra first, and
as soon as you know you're thinking, you're criticizing somebody, then you should stop first.
Yes. Okay, I will keep it simple then. Just go to the basics and just any thought by. Yeah. Okay.
Because sometimes your defilement will trick you into thinking. See?
Yes.
into good
Yes.
thinking. And after a while, the good thinking will turn into bad thinking without
Yes,
knowing it.
yes, totally agree. Yeah.
So it's better
Sometimes
just to stop it right away when you know your
Yeah.
mind is thinking, especially thinking on bad thoughts.
That's what happened to me, I think, in the last month. I thought I could control some thoughts, but I really couldn't.
No.
They thought just go so quickly and so far,
Yeah,
and then
run away.
I so
It's
much
like
suffering.
it's like a runaway train. Once you start, let it go thinking.
Yes.
So it's
Okay.
better to stop. But right now, you want to learn to stop thinking until you'll be able to stop thinking anytime. And then you can then do some good thinking, contemplating on Dhamma.
Yes.
Because if you find that your mind not thinking good on Dhamma, then you can stop it. But if you don't have the ability to stop when it's not thinking of Dhamma, you might not even be able to stop it or know that it's thinking in the wrong way.
Yes, that's true. Okay, good. This is very
Okay.
helpful. Thank you very much, Brian.
You're welcome. Go to New Zealand now. Anura, are you alone tonight? Today or tonight?
Yeah, good evening, Dhamma. Good to see you. Yes, Ramya went to bed early, so a bit late, so I went to bed early because I'm flying out in 1 hour's time, traveling to Hong Kong and China, so I better wake up early and then listen to Dhamma. Yeah. So,
Good. Anything you'd like to share?
Yeah, I don't have any question. Happy to listen, Dhamma. Yeah, thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you for your teaching. Yeah.
Philip from Malaysia.
Good evening, Ajahn. Happy to see you. I don't have any questions tonight. Glad to be listening in.
Okay. From Intan, Indonesia.
Good evening, Ajahn.
How are you?
I'm fine.
You have any question?
No. Ajahn, happy continuing day. Wish Ajahn always healthy and long life.
Okay, thank you.
Ajahn, this Sunday I'm going to Wat Yan for 2 weeks.
Okay. Have you made reservation already?
Yes.
Okay. I'll see you then. Okay.
Okay. See you too.
Okay. Go to Michelle, Adelaide. Haven't seen you for a while. How are you?
Well, you haven't seen me because I have many problems. I had finally I had infection on my hip replacement, so I went to 2 new surgery and I spent 1 month and a half in the hospital, and I'm still stuck, not being able to walk until next surgery. I hope the last one, when infection will be stopped, and it will not be before end of February, January or February. And I was very weak. I couldn't sit down, so I couldn't come to the Zoom.
I see. Are you in Bangkok now or are you done?
Sorry?
Where are you now?
I am when I can go in the Wat. I am staying in a kuti, in a mini forest, in a guest house where I used to go always in that case.
In Bangkok.
No. It's in Udon Thani.
Udon Thani. Okay.
It's a mini forest guest house in Udon Thani. So I am in a kuti.
Good. And is that where you go to the hospital for your surgery, Udon Thani?
I go to UDH, Longta Hospital. I'm very satisfied from that hospital because I used to go to Bangkok Hospital and I had many problems. It was really not good. And since I go to UDH, the Longta Hospital, I'm very, very satisfied. They are very good.
Good. And how's your practice? Okay.
Well, it has been difficult because I have difficulties to meditate when I'm not sitting straight, and and also with the weakness and everything and the pain and very difficult.
Yeah.
Well, so I'm one strong time of pain when I couldn't do anything. I was just listening for hours, night and day, itipiso.
Okay.
Night and day.
So that saves your mind from a lot of suffering then.
Yeah, and it was a good energy, and I like that chanting, and it was really helping because I couldn't sleep at night because there's so much pain, and so in that case to listen to Itipiso helped me a lot.
Yeah, they say you need pain or suffering to create Dhamma. If you're living easy, happy, then you're lazy to do any practice.
Well, that is not really my case. I practice more when I am better because after I had my problem with the army of ghosts, I really concentrate. My life is really dedicated to Dhamma. So, but I need strength. And when I have no strength, it's getting really difficult even for the practice because my mind is not bright enough and with so much separation that I can get rid of the Vedana feeling, and be bright.
Mm-hmm. You still stay with Ajahn with me? Or you
No, I am with nobody because Lompo Wanchai is still closed, so I cannot go. And actually, in my state, I cannot go anywhere. I did try Lompo Tun Monastery, Wan Pabanko, because the conditions are quite good for walking and everything, and near the Salah and everything, and it's very quiet. It's a big monastery, but it's quiet, very quiet, and they are very kind. And but I had to leave because I had a big abscess on my hip, enormous. And since then, I am in the kuti, and I cannot. I'm not even allowed to walk until next surgery. And then after, I will see if Lompo Wanchai is open, or if not, maybe I will go back to Wat Pabanko, where I can also stay.
But Lompo Tun is no longer living, right?
No, he's not living. He's Lompo Chaya.
Lompo Chaya.
Okay. And there is three other senior monk.
I think I met Lompo Chaya when he came out here.
When did he came to see? When did you see him?
Many years ago now.
With the vaccine, it took 20 years more. And he has a lot of problems since he had the vaccine. He's losing his eyes, and there is a monk in the monastery, a young monk, which is in wheelchair, and one of the abbot in other monastery died from clot after the vaccine also, and they had many problems. And Ajahn Lompo Chaya, I had seen before him in conference in Udantani, and when I saw him this time, I couldn't recognize him. He was so gray and took 20 years more. It was heartbreaking.
That's the nature. That's the nature of the body. Okay, you have anything you'd like to ask? Or?
No, thank you. I have enough for my practice. Okay. I just have to practice.
Yeah. You know how to do mindfulness. Just keep chanting or reciting Bhutto. Okay.
Or maybe, but I don't know if you can answer that question. It's about, I always have that question. I didn't have the answer about the first type of the 8 person. and the one which has entered the path of Sotapanna, but who has not realized Sotapanna. So, because there is something I don't understand. Many times they say that the path, Magga, and the fruition are just some mind moment. But Buddha speak about the 8, so it can take quite a time. And I heard about that things of Gotrabu when there is a change of lineage. So it might be some time in the first part of the path, in the Magga, before Sotapanna. And because I never heard to speak about that in the forest tradition. So they speak about that in Magga and a little bit in Myanmar, but in Myanmar they say that Magga Phala is just some mind moment for Sotapanna. So it's really, really unclear, and I would be interested to know more about that.
Okay, the Magga for Sotapanna is when you try to eliminate the first 3 fetters from your mind. The fetters of Sakaya, Ditti, Vichikicha, and Silappata Paramasa. See, so when you're in the process of trying to eliminate these 3 fetters, you are in the Magga. And if once you have eliminated them, you became a Sotapanna. Then this is the phala, or the fruit of your effort.
Yeah, but so sorry.
When the Buddha gave his first discourse, the Dhammacakkappavattana, he's teaching the monks to get rid of the 3 fetters. And one of the 5 ascetic was able to do so and became the first Sotapanna. What's his name? Ajahn Konanya, I think.
Yeah, but the question isn't it a precise event which can make you see that you have entered the path and be already in the current of the 8 area? You know that you have changed lineage. Is there is really, because we can say that before Sotapanna, because before the fruition, when we try to get rid of the fetters, we are on the way, on the path. But isn't it really a special event, as for example, Gotabu?
Yes, it's like right now. See, you are sick with your body. If you can get rid of your attachment to your body, then you will not be sad or worried about your body. And thus you became a Sotapanna. If you can let go of your attachment to your body.
No, it's not my question. It's before to enter the path of the Arya. Buddha speak about the 8 persons. So the first one being the path Magga, Sotapanna, Magga. But before Sotapanna, Magga, how do you know that you have entered the path of Sotapanna, Magga and not just trying to enter that path, doing the work to eliminate also those 3 fetters? But isn't it really a fact which can let you know that you really have entered the path in a form that you cannot get back anymore? You change lineage, you are not more Putagala.
See, when you are affected with dukkha concerning your body, then when you investigate the nature of your body and you see that the body is not you, then you just leave the body alone. Once you have left the body alone, whether it's gonna live or die doesn't matter as far as you're concerned. Then you have reached the fruit of the first mark of the first level, the Sotapanna. Yeah. Okay, understand? You have to do it when your mind is really depressed or really stressful regarding the condition of your body, like your sickness or the death of your body, the upcoming death of your body. And you realize that this is the nature of the body, it's anicca, it's anatta, something you cannot stop or prevent it from happening. Then you just let it go. When you let it go, then all the stress that you had concerning the body will disappear. Then you have got rid of your first 3 fetters altogether at the same time. Because you see the Four Noble Truths, you see the 3 characteristics of existence, and you know that your dukkha came from your attachment or your craving for your body. So you have no doubt in the Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha, and you have no doubt in the keeping of the precept. Because it's a precept, if you break the precept, you know that you are hurting your mind. Okay? Try to do it now. Try to see if you can just be happy living with a sick body. Have no worry, no anxiety. Just know that this is the way it is. It's gonna get sick, let it get sick. It's gonna die, let it die. Because the body is not you, right? It's anatta, it's anicca, it's changing from birth to aging, sickness, and death. If you can see these truths, then you just leave the body alone. Then you will not have any stress regarding your body. Okay? Well, think about it, okay? I'll go to next person now. Jonathan Wiley. Are you still in Bali? I forgot whether Bali or Phuket.
We are still in Bali. Hello, Ajahn. Good to see you.
Which part of Bali?
On the southwestern coast in a town called Peraranan, which is close to Canggu.
Canggu, close to Canggu. It's a smaller town. That's more quiet than the Canggu.
Yeah, it's a little more quiet, but there's so much development going on in Bali that it's hard to stay quiet long. Our house is very quiet because we have pandan fields right outside, and so it's very quiet during the day, which is very nice.
Good. Have anything to say?
No, don't have any questions. I just wanted to join and listen. We're planning to come to Thailand at the end of the year, so hopefully we'll be able to say hi and introduce my daughter to Buddhism in Thailand as well while we're there.
Okay, good. See you then.
See you then.
Okay.
Thank you.
Go to Toronto now. From the island paradise to the core of the city of Toronto.
Good morning. It's cold. Yes, I think our time was awesome.
Don't you wish to be in Bali or somewhere like that?
I wish even Sri Lanka would be fine. Florida, good enough. Yeah, we might be going.
But when the weather is cold, you keep a warm heart.
Oh, Buddhist climate control.
Yeah.
So yeah, but yeah, so which was good today because the class question. So we came early to join the discussion.
Yeah, now it's turned back like so. We have extra hour.
Good, yeah, you're back to standard time now.
Yes, yes. So which is nice.
You have 1 more hour to sleep.
Yeah, you really you really feel it. You know that there's extra time, because it's just too dark to wake up like the last few weeks. Now it's a little bit light. There's light, so we wake up.
And it's very dark, very early on, around about 3:34 even. It's getting dark, so.
Yeah, that's impermanence, changing everything.
Yes, but it's okay.
Every moment.
Then we can look forward to good weather again.
If you want more time to sleep, then you have to lose your time for action. You cannot have it both.
He likes to sleep, but I get up because my mom, like, she wakes up early to have breakfast, and yeah.
Yeah, I make the breakfast.
Yeah, he makes the breakfast. I do lunch and dinner.
So we have divided our duties, and medicine I keep in the morning, breakfast, and clean the washroom, cleaning up everything, mopping, all that I do.
Yeah, so we make good karma.
Okay. Would you like to share anything tonight?
Yes, Tanajan, I have a question. Yesterday I was listening to Buddhist a question and answer session. Someone asked this question. I just wanted to ask you because I'd like to know what you they asked whether you can do Asubha Bhavana and then get into jhana.
Yes, it's possible, but not likely, because this is a very strong type of kammatthana. If your mind is weak, you don't want to do it in the first place.
Yes, yes.
And normally it requires somebody with jhana to be able to contemplate on the supa. It's not.
Yes.
It's the other way around. Not
exactly.
But once you have jhana already, and you want to go into jhana by using a supa, then you can do that.
Okay.
Yeah. So you have to have a taste of jhana at least to go to asubha and develop jhana again, right? Otherwise, even if you have a glimpse of jhana, then easier because your mind only can settle down through asubha. But if you straight away go to asubha, it's impossible.
That's what I
Probably
thought. I thought it
into
was not
jhana.
possible. Yeah, that's why.
Because your defilement doesn't like asupa.
Yes.
So it creates all sort of roadblock.
Okay.
But once you have jhana, then you can contemplate on asupa.
Yes.
And then you can also use it, contemplation of asupa, to get into jhana, back into jhana if you like.
Okay.
But you have to, instead of contemplate, you just focus on one particular organ, one part, like the skeleton, for instance.
Mm-hmm.
Use it like you use the breath. Instead of watching the breath, you watch the skeleton in the mind. But if you keep running through the 32 parts, then your mind is still working, and it's difficult for it to go into jhana that way.
Okay.
So is this like a more practice for monks rather than lay people? Asubha, like,
It's the stronger part, and those people. It's especially important for monks because we are prohibited to have any sex. So when we have any sexual desire, we have to have antidote. And asubha is the antidote to sexual desire.
Look at the beauty. As I love that your beauty is skin deep. You have to peel the skin out to see the beauty.
Beauty is skin deep. Beauty is skin deep.
And the second part I like even better. When you peel the skin to see the beauty, not anymore. It was
no longer beautiful. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, Tanya.
I just have. I think that this is a very common question. That he also answered that. I don't know exactly how you feel about this. I know everyone asks this question: the kamatthana, bhavatthana, vibhavatthana. Kamatthana is easy to understand, the sensual desire that's like commonly we all have. That's a very coarse form of tanha. And that's the starting point. And bhava is a little bit more subtle. And vibhava is even more subtle form of tanha, which is hard to grasp unless, but he explained as vibhavatthana as somebody who wants to commit suicide. He doesn't want to live anymore. He has a craving to get rid of his body. Is vibhavatthana. Is it what are your thoughts on that?
Yes, vibhavatthana is want to get rid of something that you have but you don't like. Maybe you don't like to live, you don't like to have a body, so you want to get rid of it. Or when you're sick, you want the pain to go away. This is also vibhavatthana.
So-
when you want to get a divorce, this is also vibhava tanha.
Now, when a person is trying to enlighten towards the end of the path, like it's again, it's a vibhava, right? You are like you're killing your mind pretty much, not the body at that stage. Your vibhava tanha for your mind, right? So, is it can it cause a bit of a restlessness towards the end? That's called become a fetter. At the end, they talk about a fetter towards the last fetter, like one before the last out of the 10 fetters, restlessness. So you're killing the mind at that stage, not the body.
No, it's the arupa, what you call it? Arupa raka. This is arupa raka. This is the
Jhana.
vibhava tanha at the
Okay.
highest level. And rupa raka is bhava tanha at the
Okay.
highest level.
Yeah, I understood as Rupa Raga is craving for Rupa Jhana, whereas Arupa Raga is craving for Arupa Jhanas.
Yes. So it's when you have bhava tanha at that stage, when you pass the anagami level, you want your mind to enter into jhana. See?
Yeah.
So rupa jhana is considered to be a bhava tanha. You decide you decide to enter into arupa jhana. This is vibhava tanha.
Oh, okay, got it. Yes.
I forgot it really.
That will make it complete. The karma tanha will force you to return to the sensual realm of existence. The rupa raka, rupa tanha will bring you back to the rupa, into the rupa realm of existence. And the rupa, vibhava tanha will bring you back to the arupa realm of existence. The formless realm of existence.
Yeah, and also there's Arupa Jhanas. As a question again, he said it's not very clear. Buddha did bypass those Arupa Jhanas already in earlier with the teachers, but then he remembered his childhood memory of sitting and meditating in a with some
When he was 7
yeah, when he was 7 years. Then they said, oh, this is the way. This is where the painless, blameless pleasure which I can enter. So he asked why he did not, if he passed all that already to get into Arupa Jhana at that with the teachers, why he has to go back to Rupa again? He may have gone through that Rupa stage already. So he said there is no clear, although there's in the sutra it says he achieved Arupa Jhana, but it's not very clear why he went back to Rupa Jhanas to enlighten to the enlightenment there with the Rupa Jhana, first stage of at least first jhana.
You mean when he passed away?
No.
At the time of enlightenment.
At the time of enlightenment, he remembered his childhood, when he was 7 or 6 years. He kind of he remembered his going into spontaneous jhana under a rose apple tree. He was in a paddy field area. They were plowing the field with his I think relatives around him. So he spontaneously went to jhanas. So that was like a rupa first, 4 jhanas. Then this question was, he already previously with training the other Alarakalam, Uttakaram Putra, he already attained Arupa Jhana level, but he didn't want to stay with them. He knew it is not the path. He left them. So why he already, because you had to get to Arupa Jhanas, you had to pass through the Rupa Jhanas. That was his question.
Because the jhanas, either rupa or rupa jhana, can only suppress your suffering, your cravings. When you come out of jhana, your craving still alive, still active, and still can create dukkha for you. So say the jhana cannot get rid of the stress of the craving completely at all times. So you need something else to get rid of your cravings in order to stop your dukkha or your suffering. And that is wisdom, to see the Four Noble Truths, to see the three characteristics of existence, to see that both the Rupa jhana and the Rupa jhana are anicca. They are temporary. You cannot stay in Rupa jhana or Rupa jhana forever.
Ever. So they're temporary shelters. It doesn't really give you the complete freedom. It's just a shelter.
But when you come out of jhana, you're still stuck with the body, and you still have to worry about the health of your body, for instance. So he found out that the reason that he has worry or anxiety because of his attachment to the body, to the jhana, and to the Rupa jhana. So you have to stop all his attachment, all his craving for the body, the Rupa jhana and the Rupa jhana, using wisdom. You see that the three are anicca, dukkha, anatta.
Yeah, so that you can develop even earlier on in the stage, even with the first jhana. You don't have to wait till you develop any those advanced stages of jhanas, right? Anicca, dukkha, anatta.
All you need is the fourth jhana.
Fourth jhana.
Before you can develop wisdom and get rid of your fetters. But once you have get rid of the first 5 fetters, you might automatically enter into the Arupa jhana. If you should die at that time, your mind will be in one of the 5 Arupa jhana level.
So only a anagami, anagami person can enter Arupa jhana. In other words, thank you, Bhante. We took a lot of time.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Ajahn. As always. Theruvan Saranai.
Okay, you're welcome. Next, we'll go to Daniel. Daniel, you're a first-time visitor. Where are you from?
Hi, I'm visiting. I'm from Washington State, and I've been on the call a few times.
I see. Sorry.
It's okay. I came to visit you with Ajahn Kovilo and Ajahn Nisabho.
Yeah, I heard they are coming again, right?
Are they?
I heard.
I don't know.
They make some contact with my assistants.
I think not with a big group. Maybe just by themselves.
Do you still join the Dhamma group meeting?
I actually I'm moving. I have to have surgery, and then I will move to Australia. So I'm moving around.
Emigrate there or just go there temporarily?
At least a year.
I see.
Yeah, we'll see.
But when you choose Australia?
I'm hoping to study with Ajahn Brahm.
Ajahn Brahm. In Perth, then, around near Perth.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I have 2 questions for you, actually. The first is that I want to do Buddha Nusati, but I often find that when I try to do Buddha Nusati, I don't know what to think. Because if I say Buddho, this word to me is just a sound, because I didn't grow up with this word having any meaning. It's just a sound.
You don't need to know the meaning. You just want to use you just want to use it to prevent your mind from thinking. That's all. If you can keep reciting Bhutto, 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 then you cannot think of going to Australia or going doing something.
When I want to do Buddha Nusati, though, I'm wondering, then I want to think about the qualities of the Buddha. But because I am not enlightened, I don't know what the Buddha's mind would have been like. And so I don't know where I can direct my mind if I want to do Buddha Nusati.
It's not trying to get to the Buddha's mind from your contemplation on the Buddha's quality. You're just learning what the Buddha's quality is like by chanting the Iti Piso Bhagava Araham Samma Sambuddho, or chant the translation, if you like, in English translation, so you understand the nature of the quality of the Buddha's mind.
Okay.
Self-enlightened, fully self-enlightened, for instance. But that's all it does. It's not for you to be able to get into the Buddha's mind by just thinking about it. You have to practice. You have to develop morality, charity, morality, and meditation. Then you'll be able eventually to get to the Buddha's mind that way, but not by just merely recollecting the nature of the Buddha. The recollecting or reciting is just a ploy, a technique to start your mind from thinking. It's a way of developing mindfulness or sati. That's all.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, the next one.
Yeah, I'm kind of having trouble walking the line between ignoring and suppressing things versus obsessing about things. So usually this is, I'm very sensitive. And so usually this is with other people. And if there's something that is upsetting, so if somebody says something that's rude, then usually one of two things happens. Either I'm just thinking about it too much and I try to focus on the body, but I have to keep coming back and coming back and coming back to my body. Or I just completely feel apathetic. I feel like it's not good, but I feel nothing, or not nothing, but just very like suppressed. Emotions are very quiet and dull, and it's not pleasant. And it occurs to me that at times when there's something that is upsetting to me, and I say to myself, okay, just don't think about it, just ignore it, go to the body. I think maybe not always, but sometimes this is vibhava tanha. This is me trying to run away from the unpleasant thing instead of being at peace with the unpleasant thing that is happening. And it occurs to me that if I was really at peace with something, it would be okay if it happened, and it would be okay if I had to think about it sometimes. But because I'm not at peace, I have to run away from it and ignore it and try to make it go out of my mind. How do I walk that line?
You have to meditate until you get into the fourth jhana. When you got the fourth jhana, your mind become neutral, doesn't react to anything, either by love or by hate. So you can just merely acknowledging or ignoring anything. Otherwise, your mind was, if you have got equanimity, your mind will flip-flop back from love or hate, like or dislike. So you have to practice meditation until you get to the fourth jhana, then you have equanimity. But your equanimity will not last for long. So after you come out meditation, you might have some equanimity for a while. But after a while, then your equanimity will disappear. Then you have to go back into meditation again to recharge it. But there's another method that you can use. We call wisdom. That is, after you have equanimity, and when you come out of meditation, you teach your mind to look at everything as a natural process. And there's nothing you can do anything about it. They are like the climate, the rain, the storm. And with the equanimity that you have from samadhi, and with the wisdom that you are dealing with the natural process, then you can ignore. You can ignore the rain, you can ignore the storm, because you know there's nothing you can do about it. So this is what you have to look at everything as being a natural process. Me, you cannot control me. And sometimes I might be good to you, and sometimes I might be bad to you. But if you know ahead of time that this is going to happen, then you just accept it, and don't expect anything from me. When you don't expect anything from me, then you won't be disappointed when I don't give you what you want. So that's the goal of our practice, to teach the mind not to expect anything from anything. Just take things as they come, good or bad, hot or cold. If you have equanimity and you have wisdom, you see that everything is anatta, natural process, and they change, they come and go, rise and cease as they like. And you just don't expect anything from them. So you have to practice first mindfulness to get you into the jhana. Once you have jhana, then when you come out of jhana, teach the mind to look at everything as being a natural process, natural phenomena.
Thank you, Ajahn.
Okay.
And to follow up on that, then if I notice, I know how to work if I notice that my mind is already obsessively thinking about things, because you told me I should practice mindfulness and be mindful of the body. But what do I do if I notice that I have gone to the space of dissociating, like the world is too hard, so I kind of just become apathetic?
That's because you cannot accept the reality of the world.
How can I work once I am in that place?
You have to look at it. This is the world. This is the way the world is. Sometimes it's good and sometimes it's bad. And you cannot just choose the ones you like. When you get the part that you don't like, then you want to run away from it. So you have to teach your mind to be strong and be able to take both sides of the story. And this you can achieve by having the fourth jhana.
Okay.
You have to have equanimity in order for the mind to understand the nature of the world and accept it for what it is.
That's a tall order.
That's what enlightenment means.
Yeah. Okay.
But it's not
Thank
impossible.
you.
It's not impossible if you start from the basic, which is mindfulness. Stop thinking good, and then meditate to get into the fourth jhana. Once you have the fourth jhana, you have equanimity, and you can teach the mind to look at the world as it is, not as what you want it to be.
Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. I'll go to Scott now in Thailand, Bangsaleh, very close to Wat Yan, just a few miles away, 10 minutes away.
Good evening, Ajahn. It was good to see you in the very, very wet on Saturday. It was very, very wet. It almost felt like being in the UK, but warmer.
Yeah. But everybody is not upset because they know they cannot do anything with the rain, right?
There was something very, very peaceful, especially with the meditation, considering that we were in the middle of this electric thunderstorm. It was very, very peaceful despite what was going on around us. So yes, thank you.
That's what you get from meditating. You can leave everything alone.
Which brings me to my question, or brings me to where I am. It's I'm finding this thing, it's an ongoing thing I've had for years, really. I'm quick to anger, and it's usually over trivial stuff. I can deal with big stuff. I've dealt with cancer. I've dealt with family bereavement. I've dealt with traveling the world. I've dealt with, if a car lost its brakes and drove through my wall now, I'd probably be able to get the family out, sort out the insurance, have everything dealt with, and it wouldn't be a problem. I can deal with chaos instantly. I can also pilot. If I get up and I put my bare foot in the cat litter tray, I just want to start throwing things up in the air and acting basically childish and immaturely. And the more I do it, the more I chastise myself because I should know better. I'm a 56-year-old man, etc., etc. I meditate every day. I exercise every day. I eat well. I do all the things that not only if I believe is right, but I've been shown is right. But when I have this anger, it's not even if it's coming from here. It's almost like it's an impulsive thing. It's just like, I think it comes up before I can think it, before I can say it. It's like my head's going to explode. And it's over the most trivial thing. And then what it is I'm backtracking all the time. Afterwards, I'm apologetic. I'm beating myself up. And it's over the silly. I'm not angry. I'm not violent. Put it this way, I'm not violent. It's childish. It's my volatility. And I don't know where people always said, you've always been like that. The thing is, like, why am I always still like that, despite the fact, like, everything going on and everything I try to do? I'm not asking to be my therapist. I'm just basically, my immaturity and childish tantrums frustrate me.
That's because you're not preparing yourself for these things. You ignore them. You only prepare yourself. You only prepare yourself for the big things like insurance, health, and so forth. But you ignore the small things. You think they are not important. But they can cost you the same problem as the big thing. So you have to remind yourself that everything can go wrong anytime.
So the follow-up question is, how do I prepare myself for the small thing? Because it's like everything can be a small thing. I don't walk around on tiptoes, but
just imagine that if you walk and slip, or something, or you break something, then you say, okay, why should you get upset? This is the way it is. Things happen. We live in a world of uncertainty, not just with the big thing, but with every little small thing also. Everything is uncertain. Everything that you do or that you have, they can change anytime, and things can happen to them anytime.
I think because lots of people still, I mean, as I said, I've just got through 2 years of cancer treatment, lots of surgery and everything else. Lots of people have given me a free card sort of things. Oh, well, you're going to feel a bit upset. You're still going to be feeling angry. You're in a hangover of all the ill health. And I don't want justification or validation, especially from other people, which annoys me more because it's almost like they're giving me the go ahead to act like this. You know what I mean? And then the thing is, it's like I don't feel like I'm getting. It's almost like, okay, I've got to get out of jail card. I don't think like that, but subconsciously I think I do. That makes sense. And it's just got to remember, as you said, it's like preparing for this. Everything's important.
Yeah, but the small thing you forget to prepare yourself for also. And what part of the reason is you're not mindful when you're doing something. So when something go wrong, then you have no control of your mind.
Yes.
So you have to be mindful all the time. Everything that you do, you have to be very careful. Being careful is being mindful, really. That's what it means.
I'm liking the word careful as well as mindful. But careful, I think, is important. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay.
And rain permitting, I'll see you on Saturday.
Okay, good. Go to Wales now, to Diana. Must be very cold for you now.
It's not too bad. It's about 10 degrees, but it's sunny. It's quite nice today.
Mm-hmm.
I quite like the cold. Nice to see you. No questions today. Thank you.
Okay. Go to Vancouver, Canada. Sri and check.
Greetings, Ajahn.
Yes. What can I do for you?
May I tell you something, Ajahn?
Sure.
I just got a message from Professor.
Professor Ken.
Yeah, he's in the monastery now.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I saw the video. I saw.
Oh, you saw the video.
Yeah.
And the snow.
Yeah.
And
the snow looks very cold.
It looks. I think you can see the Alps, the mountains.
Mm-hmm.
And the professor and the monastery received a letter from a person in USA, and he has been in prison for 10 years, and he said it's very hard to access to Buddhist books. So the monastery is going to send something for him, and since he's in USA, so professor wrote to me as well. So we will be very happy to send your books to over there, I guess. Like, yeah.
Sure, good. Give Dhamma, excel all give.
Yeah, I just want to share with you, share with you.
Okay. Nowadays, if you know how to use the internet, it's all on the internet. All you have to do is search for Buddhist book, and it's all there. Free or paid. You have to indicate you want free, just put the word free in there.
What?
Free.
Because many books, Buddhist books are sold for sale. So.
I think they might have time control, like, in prison.
Yeah, I don't
using
know.
internet.
I don't know what is it like in the prison. Like, I wonder if they have
or maybe not. Maybe not. I forgot
Maybe
it's in
you
prison.
can use like few minutes of
maybe not, like, yeah. I'm not sure.
Maybe books is better. Hard
copies, yeah.
Hard copies.
Copies,
Yeah. Good to send the books to you. You have the address.
Yeah.
Okay. So what stopped you from doing it? You don't have to ask my permission.
Sorry?
So you don't have to ask for my permission.
No, I thought I saw the message and I felt very happy. I just want to share with you.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm happy that Professor thought about me, that he would give me the opportunity.
Maybe thought like, if we send to prison, probably like, the custom will check like who is Tan Ajahn.
I don't think they care.
Why is teaching people like mindfulness?
With a strange name, they cannot pronounce. They don't care. They just want to make sure that there are no drugs or some contraband.
Check, you talk about drugs.
But they don't know that the Dhamma books are all Dhamma medicine, Dhamma drugs.
Yeah, you're right.
It's the right type of drugs to get rid of your stress, your anxiety.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. Yeah.
So they don't know that you're actually sending the prisoner some drugs.
You they're gonna check.
Dhamma medicine. The Buddha's teaching is Dhamma medicine. It's the medicine for the mind. Heal the mind from anxiety and worry and stress and depression. It's probably good maybe when you're in prison, you don't know what to do with your time. Once you read the book, then you might learn how to meditate.
Yeah.
Then the time will pass by very quickly.
And he said he's been there for 10 years and there's very little access. So yeah, I'm hoping this will bring good to the prison. Yeah.
Good. Anything else?
Just a question. Tan Ajahn, like one don't have to go to Arupa Jhana in order to get enlightenment, right? No.
You need the fourth jhana, so you don't have to go to the Arupa jhana. You need equanimity to be able to suppress those or stop your defilement when wisdom tells you that this is the cause of your anxiety or stress. But without the equanimity, you will not be able to stop your anxiety or stress, which are caused by your cravings or your desire.
Okay. And the last 5 fetters, like, so they are not arupa, they are not in the arupa.
They are the mental part. The first 5 concerning the attachment to the body, and the last 5 concerning the attachment to the mind, or the conditions in the mind, the mental states. Rupa jhana, arupa jhana are mental state.
Oh.
Restlessness also mental state. And also what else? Conceit, or what you call?
Like ego or self.
Yeah, ego, yourself. This is also a mental state of the mind.
Oh, okay. So there's the mental qualities that.
Once you pass once you have completed the first 5 jhana, the body has no problem to you anymore. You don't have to do. You can the body can be anything, and it doesn't affect you at all.
Oh.
Whether your body or other people's body. Before, you might look at other people's body and you can have sexual desire. But once you have once you have got rid of the first 5 fetters, then you won't have any reaction to any type of body. Your own body can get old, get sick, or die. It doesn't matter. The body of people that you see and you think they look good will not create any sexual desire in your mind.
Oh.
Because you see the 2 sides of the body. You see the good looking side and also the bad looking side at the same time, simultaneously, instantly. Can you see a super right now? Yeah, we all sitting here, we all got the super.
No.
That's because you're not training yourself to look at the super. You only train yourself to look at the super, the attractive side. Oh, that person looks good. This person looks good. Have nice hair, have nice skin. Yeah. But you look at, they also have skeleton. They also have heart and lungs and so forth. You don't see that because you're not training yourself to see it. Okay.
Yeah. Understood. Thank you.
Okay. We'll go to Sulan now. Sulan from Singapore. Didn't get to see you last week. Did you come in last week?
Oh, yes. I think I did came in last week. Yeah.
Okay. I forgot.
Hello, Ajahn. Yeah. Happy to see you.
Okay. Your friend Ryan came to the monastery last weekend.
Oh, yes.
Did he tell you that?
Yes, he told me. Yeah. Just nice. I was going to arrange like a group of youths to visit the local temple. And then Ryan, he helps out in that temple. So I was reaching out to him to ask about what is the arrangement for Pendapat. Then so that's when he told me that he's visiting you. Yeah. Yeah. So I asked him to help me ask you a question.
What question?
Oh, I asked him if you are in need of a hat.
In need of a hat?
Yeah.
For the winter?
Yeah, for winter.
It's not that cold in Thailand to wear a hat.
Oh. Yeah. But
if you're in the north or not the northeastern part, you need it sometimes when it gets very cold. When sometimes the temperature can be below 10 in Udon Thani and Wat Yannasangwararam. Sometimes you need the hat. But here in the middle part of Thailand, it's warm. It's not that cold.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I saw some photos whereby there are certain monks that will wear a hat.
Yeah,
So
they
I
are
thought,
usually from the north, in the north or northeastern part of Thailand,
I see.
in Chiang Mai or Udon Thani.
Mm. Oh, thanks for sharing with me. Yeah.
Okay, anything else?
Oh yeah, Ajahn, do you manage to use the plaster for backache?
I already gave it away. I use it as a charity, as a donation, because I don't use it. So there's no need for me to keep it. So I just give it away.
I see. Oh, that's
Usually I use Dhamma medicine.
Mm.
I just let it be, let the body be, and just ignore it.
Oh. Mm.
It's easier this way. No need to go look for medicine, other type of medicine.
Oh.
You only need one type. You need the Dhamma medicine. Once you have the Dhamma medicine, then you can treat all kind of sickness.
Mm. Yes. All kinds of sickness. Yeah.
Almost all. Maybe there's some other kind of sickness you might need the medicine, special medicine, but not for normal sickness you don't need any medicine.
Oh, okay.
If the type of sickness will heal itself, then you don't need to use any medicine for it.
Mm. Then the Dhamma medicine, is it like I've heard stories of like people say like they will like make a vow and then like say by the power of all the merits or like by the power of the truthfulness, may this disappear.
No,
Is that referring to that?
No, the Dhamma medicine is not to treat your body, it's to treat your mind, not to get sick with the body. When the body gets sick, sometimes the mind will also get sick with the body.
Mm.
But if you have the Dhamma medicine, then it's only the body that will get sick. The mind will not be sick.
Oh, okay. So the bodily pain is still there. It's just that how
but
we
the
cope with it.
mind is not disturbed by the body pain.
Mm.
So you don't need to take painkiller when there's pain in the body, because the mind doesn't feel painful with the body pain.
Mm.
Okay.
Yes. Oh.
But thank you anyway. Thank you for the gift anyway.
Oh, you're welcome. Yeah. Oh, so happy that you.
But usually it's a custom in Thailand when you give something to some people, you don't ask what they do with it.
Oh, is it? Okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah, okay. Once you give it away, forget it. They can do anything with it. They can use it, they can give it to somebody else.
Mm.
It belongs to them. It doesn't belong to you anymore.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
That's a good reminder.
Yeah.
Okay. Mm.
All right. Anything else?
That's all. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. We have some more time left. Anybody would like to ask more questions? Just raise your hand and unmute your microphone. Anybody? Yeah. Okay. Priya and Indriya.
So we have a bit of time. I thought the jhana topic we discussed a bit. So I thought I'll ask this question related to that. Now, when you're, I guess, in the first jhana, or when you come out of the first jhana, do you feel the taste of the fourth jhana, equanimity? Like it's like a glimpse of it. At least you feel that is more peaceful than what you're just experiencing now, because each stage is more peaceful as you go along. So do you feel the glimpse of fourth jhana, or it's just the first jhana is very exhilarating and just sometimes too hard to control, but when the getting out of it is much more peaceful?
Usually the first, second, and third are usually just like it's a byway that you just pass. Normally the goal is to get to the fourth jhana. That's where the profound experience happens, which is equanimity. And once you come out of jhana, this profound feeling of peace and equanimity still linger for a while. It makes you feel that nothing can hurt you, and people can say anything, do anything, and you're not affected by what they do. But after a while, this will disappear.
Can you use to use insight at that stage, like animitta samadhi or signless concentration, to stay there more, like in the equanimous stage, or can you use like not attending to any signs and use some insight at that stage to extend the equanimous stage, or it just doesn't matter?
Well, you need something to anchor the mind, to prevent the mind from thinking. So you have to use your meditation object once your mind no longer remain in jhana, and you have to restart your meditation practice again. Like when you come out of jhana and you want to go back, then you have to use mantra, or you have to watch your breath.
But if you come out and just go straight to just looking at the impermanence of the jhana itself, right? And then you can go to see anitya, dukkha, and see the true nature of whatever is constructed has to disappear, right? So that can lead to insight, and that insight is more powerful than you become more peaceful at that stage.
Well, that insight doesn't come from jhana. It comes from investigation, from studying the nature of things.
So that can happen at the end of the fourth jhana, like pretty much
after you come out of the jhana.
Out of the fourth jhana,
and back to normal state of mind.
So they can anchor to each other, right? Insight and the fourth jhana, just like this goes away, but then you keep going with the insight, pretty much contemplation.
Well, the insight without the jhana will not be effective in order to stop the cravings or the defilements. So you have to have strong jhana, strong equanimity. When you
clear the mind.
Try to deal with your cravings, stop your craving.
Yeah. So in other words, your hindrances are no longer defiling your mind at that stage. So that's where insight become more powerful. Otherwise, you will be pulled away for sensuality, whatever the hindrances.
That's right. When you come out, when you first come out, your mind is peaceful and calm, and doesn't crave for anything. That's a good time to do the study of the three characteristics of existence.
Yeah, talking about the three characteristics of existence. I mean, Buddha. I guess people talk about no self. I guess it's the correct term is your form is not self. Buddha clearly picked that statement, not self. Like he's saying, form is not self, feeling is not self. Because if you call it yourself, you should be able to control it, have control over it, and keep it this way or keep it that way. Don't get told, don't get sick. You can't. So he said, it's not self. He said, there is no self. He said, if there is a self or no self, you get into two views. So therefore, whatever, I think it's a Kachana Gota Sutra, Buddha talks about you can get into this no self is also a view. So therefore, you have to be careful. So saying not self. So not self is the correct term rather than no self. Because no self is like zero. So then there's another view. So he said, with the conditions are there, these conditions will arise. If the conditions are not there, this will not arise. So in between is, if you call it a self, there can be one. So he said, form is not self, feeling is not self. Don't consider as, that's what I understood from the readings.
What he's trying to say is that everything are natural phenomena, like the wind, the rain. There's no self in the wind. The wind blow because the condition that caused it to blow. And when the condition caused it to blow disappear, then it stopped blowing. Everything is like that. Everything is like the rain, the sun, the wind. They are all natural phenomena. No self.
The five aggregates are the same.
No self driving this thing. But our delusion, the mind delusion, create this sense of a self manipulating all these things, manipulating the feeling, manipulating the thoughts, the perception, and so forth. But no one is manipulating anything. Everything is being manipulated by some other thing.
Because he said, if you examine a person with good eyesight, if you examine carefully, the body is like a lump of foam, like a lot of bubbles put together, but there's nothing inside. So there is, how can you call it? So same thing, I think he's give different metaphors for each one, like a soap. One is a soap for a lump of foam or a soap. Or the second one is like a water, like a bubble. It comes and disappears right away. That's Vedana, like a feeling. Perception is like a mirage. So he gives a beautiful, and consciousness is the most trickiest one. I think it's like a magician's trick, like a magic trick. So I think that is the one that I think causes us see this differently, the consciousness, the magician.
Yeah, the goal is to see that everything is like the weather. You cannot control, and that, so don't expect anything from the weather, because when you expect, you can be disappointed.
Yeah, and that's easy to understand when you live in Toronto.
But you don't look at the body like the weather. You think you can expect things from it. You think you can expect it to continue to function normally, not getting sick and not die. But when it happens, then you get stressed because you're not ready to accept it. Yeah.
That's true. So clinging to a self is the first, the most, it's a breakthrough for Sotapanna to get rid of the clinging to self, Sakkaya Ditthi. I mean, once that...
You see the body feeling as being just a natural phenomena. Like the wind, the rain, the snow, they're natural phenomena.
So I think because over time, we have conditioned to feel that this is mine, right? So we have to uncondition what we have already conditioned. That's the task, which is we see the truth, in other words.
The mind's been programmed to see the body as itself, to see feeling as itself, to see perception as itself. But they're not, there's no self, and the one who sees is not a self either.
Yeah.
They are seeing but no seer. They are thinking but they are no thinker, okay? They are feeling but they are no feeler.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what you're supposed to look at.
That's true.
There's a bus without a driver. We are driving through.
Yeah, selfless driving car now. They have selfless, what do you call it? Driverless car. Huh?
Yeah, driverless car. Pretty much the future. Thank you.
Thank you, Ajahn. Thank you.
Okay, Kokseng. Next.
Yeah, Prajan, I have a question to ask, and on the same thread of no self, anatta. So sometime back I had a dream, and then after that I tried to analyze because it was very rigid, very clear. So when I try and analyze it, I find that the background, the physical environment of the dream is actually comes from a memory which I have when I was a child, very many years back, and then inside the characters are my father and so on. So when I analyze the dream, it seems that it seems to be from the memory, and then there is the mental formation or mental constructs, and then there's this I'm able to be conscious of it when I just wake up, because it was a morning. I take a morning nap, and then when I wake up, the dream was very clear. So so this dream is also a kind of it's also a non-self. I'm not directing it. It just arise by itself due to my memories, and then there's a mental construct or mental formation, and so there is no self in per se in terms of the memory. It just arises by itself and the mental formation.
Well, there are things that cause it to arise. It doesn't arise by itself. There must be a cause, like the rain doesn't fall by itself, right? The rain must first have cloud. There must be evaporation of the water into the sky and form into clouds. And when the clouds get heavy, then it falls as rains. But everything has causes for them to appear or to disappear.
And the cause of the dream is due to the memories.
And memory are caused by the karma that you perform. If you don't do anything, then the memory will be blank. But when you have things that you did in the past, good or bad, then it's contained in your memory. So if you have good dreams, it means it's a good karma that you have stored in your memory. If you have bad dreams, it means you have bad karma stored in your memory. So when you sleep, then you have good or bad dreams from your good or bad karma stored in your memory.
And dream itself is considered as non-self, anatta.
There's no self, like we're talking about. Everything is this natural process, natural phenomena. It's just the delusion that introduces this concept of self that's behind all these things, like a puppet master. But there are puppets there, but there are no master. All the puppets they just go on doing their own thing without anybody pushing them. There's no puppet master like a self. If we like to think the body is a self is someone who's running this body, right? But there's no self running this body. The body runs itself, like we said just now, driverless car. But there's a driver that drives the driverless car, right? Which is the memory stored in the computer. So it knows when it sees something in front, it can stop.
Yes.
And it knows where it's going because it have Google Map installed in the computer. So these are all natural process, natural phenomena. Okay, I think we are just about run out of time. Do you have anything else to say? Oh, forget about Kunjup. I forgot about. We have more questions from email, I think.
Namaskaran, we have 9 questions.
Okay.
Yes. The first 2 questions are from the assistant email. The first question is from Lily from Indonesia. I work as a cleaner on the aircraft. Sometimes the snacks or drinks on the aircraft are not touched at all by passengers when they left the aircraft. By the rule, when we clean the aircraft, we have to throw away all of them. But instead of throwing them away, sometimes we take them because of thirst or hunger. I took the water because of thirst, but I took the snacks because I want to share something from the aircraft with my family. Does taking leftover or food or snacks that are going to be thrown away consider an act of stealing?
No, because it doesn't belong to anybody anymore.
The next question is from Philip Yo from Singapore. If I cannot practice full-time now as I have duties to be with parents, would it be all right and conducive and appropriate if I quit my full-time job and practice at home as a layperson instead?
It's up to you to decide. I cannot decide for you because I don't know the conditions of your mind and the conditions of your financial situation. So you have to decide for yourself whether you can do it or not. But it's good to practice full time if it's possible. But whether you can do it or not, that's up to you.
The next question is from Aun. Good evening, Bante. I'm Boon from Penang, Malaysia. What is the difference between Samma Samadhi and Vijnanang consciousness? Satu Bante.
Samadhi is the mind, the calming, the mind becoming still is a samadhi. When the mind becomes still, we call samadhi. And Vijnan is just the consciousness, the ability to connect the mind to the 5 sensual organs in order to receive the 5 sensual objects. You need the vijnana in the 5 khandha.
The next 3 questions are from Lee Tek Hua. Hi, Ajahn. When a person passes away, does rebirth take place immediately? Some people believe rebirth takes place after 49 days. Where does this belief originate from? Thank you.
That's our ignorance. People just imagine all kinds of scenario. But in fact, as soon as you die, you might also take rebirth right away. In the spiritual realm first. If you want to be rebirthed in the animal or human realm, it takes time.
The next question. Today is the 49th day of my mother's passing away. This morning we went to the temple to pray. We were also told to go and pray on the 100th day of her passing away. Question number 1. Do these prayer sessions go according to the Buddhist practice?
No. The Buddha doesn't teach us to pray to the dead or for the dead. If we want to do something for the dead, we should do dana, charity. And then you can share the merit you make from charity to the departed.
The next question. Can Ajahn please advise what are some good Buddhist practices I can adopt for me to show my respect to my departed mother?
Practice charity, dana. Whatever time charity you want to do, it's okay. You can donate to the school, donate to the hospital, donate to the temple once. These are things that you can do for the departed.
The next question is from Nilmini. Venerable Ajahn, I am doing mindfulness and the meditation daily. When I do meditation, I prefer to listen to Dhamma, which is really interesting. Then my mind gets very calm and peaceful. Enter time, thoughts are not coming to. Is this the correct path or should I focus on my breath?
It depends whether you can focus on your breath right away or not. Sometimes you cannot focus on your breath because your mind wants to go think about this and that. Then listening to Dhamma talk can bring the mind back to calm it down first. Once the mind becomes calm enough, then you can stop listening to Dhamma talk and continue on with your meditation by watching your breath.
The next question is from Aini Lam. Hi, Ajahn. During meditation, when everything falls into pin drop silence, where the knowing mind emerges, the breath disappears while the pounding sound of the heartbeat is audible. How to sustain the moment?
Mindfulness. Try to prevent your mind from thinking. As soon as your mind starts thinking, stop it. Then you can remain in that state for a while. But you cannot stop the mind from thinking. Then eventually you'll come out of that state.
And the last question is from Metta Vandana. Ajahn mentioned that you shouldn't treat the illness with the medicine. Do monks give medicine to older monks who are very sick?
I'm talking about each individual practice now. And sometimes people can withstand the painfulness of the body, so they don't have to rely on the medicine of the body, because the mind is not disturbed by the painfulness of the body. But if the mind cannot withstand the painfulness of the body and becomes stressful from the pain of the body, then maybe taking the painkillers will help. I'm not saying that every type of body illness you can deal with Dhamma medicine. I'm just saying that you can deal some type of some type of illness in which it will heal itself, like when you get a fever from cold or from something like that. Normally people would then go get some medicine to alleviate the conditions. But for some people who can control the mind not to be affected by the painful of the body, then they don't need the medicine of the body. Because sometimes the medicine of the body can also have side effects.
That is all, ka.
Okay. All right, I think that's about it for tonight. Thank you for your participation. I hope this meeting is beneficial to you and help you advance in your practice. In the meantime, please stay safe, stay mindful, and keep on practicing. And if all goes well, I'll see you all at the same time next week. Thank you and goodbye.
Thank you, Ajahn.
Thank you.
Sadhu, sadhu.
Thank you.